She's a sword-swinging she-elf that steals the show in The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug.
But Evangeline Lilly accepts some fans may take exception to her new role. Joanna Hunkin sat down with the star in Los Angeles.
It will not end here. With every victory, this evil will grow.
You have the most fantastic character in this film. I think she really, she steals the show. She kicks ass and saves the guys more than once. How was it coming onto a very male-dominated film set? Was it a bit of a boys' club when you got there?
It was a total boys' club when I got there, and frankly, I'm a little bit used to that. I tend to choose projects where I'm one of the few females on the project. The benefit on this particular project of that is they had been filming for a year without any female infusion, and so it was such a boys' club that they were tired of staring at each other's hairy faces and smelling each other's stinky BO, and they were like, a woman. So I got all kinds of wonderful, I was lavished with generous attention and compliments and charm.
Your character is not an original Tolkien character.
That's right.
It is a Peter Jackson creation. Were you nervous about taking on that role in sort of that Middle-earth fandom that is very strong, and maybe any potential backlash or just reaction from them?
One of the advantages that I had coming into this role was I had worked on the show Lost for 6 years, which was an incredibly controversial show. And of course, the ending was the most controversial part. So I was used to being at the center of Comic-Con fan debate. Those crazy, rabid, excited, passionate geek fans. And I invite it. I really love it. I actually, it kind of gets me excited. It keeps the blood flowing, because I think there's nothing more disappointing than being in a performance that nobody pays attention to, that nobody really cares about. And when people start fighting about you, that they care. And I'm a huge Tolkien fan, so I applaud anyone who feels that it's important for them to defend Tolkien and his honor and his legacy. I would invite those fans to open their minds to what Peter's done, because I think Peter's earned that in his representation of Tolkien's work in the past. And I actually think that he hasn't departed from Tolkien at all. In fact, I think he has represented him impeccably in creating this character.
Did you ever sort of sit down with Peter to discuss why he brought in this character, why he wanted her to be in the film?
There were a lot of discussions about that, and they of course are ongoing, because now we have to discuss it with the public. And I think that one of the reasons that they sort of led with, which is impressive to me, is that there was a time when it was acceptable to write a story where it doesn't feature a single female character. That is not today. The subliminal message that is being sent out to everyone, not just little girls, women, is that we're irrelevant to the stories that human beings encounter, that we are not a part of heroic tales, that we have no part in life, essentially. And I was really impressed that was the argument they led with. This is the 21st century, and we cannot tell a story for 9 hours where there's not a single woman in it, and I applaud that.
Gorgeous girl, isn't she?
Nothing but good things about the film.
I'm looking forward to it.
Even if you're not that into fantasy, I've heard good things. Right.